Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. I'm James Van Alstyne. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Exploding House Printing. There they are. They're the sponsor. They're here for all of your screen printing, embroidery, and merch needs. They're local. I mean, they're Chicago-based. They're in the Hermosa neighborhood, and you can use them for T-shirts, merch, whatever. They focus on small businesses, SMBs, as they say, bands, brands, everything in between. They've worked on products for Meatwave, Empty Bottle, The Music Box, Dante's Pizzeria, The Brokedowns. The list goes on, and the list is on their website. Jonathan from Exploding House he's been doing this for a very long time, so he knows what he's doing. Besides technical expertise, he delivers production efficiency and cost awareness to offer boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Check him out on Instagram, the Insta, at Exploding House, or check out their site at explodinghouseprinting.com for a quote or to see that aforementioned list of some of their clients. My guests on this episode of Car Con Carne named Best Emerging Band and Best Local Album of the year in the 2025 Chicago Reader Best of Chicago survey. Naked Brunch lives by the motto, let me check this, Slut Rock Forever.
That is correct.
Most recently, Naked Brunch released a 12-inch on Rattleback Records. It's a label, it's a store, it's a label and a store. That 12-inch featured the songs Kiddie Pool and Humanoid, the latter of which was recently heard on WXRT's Local Anesthetic, hosted by, let me check this, me. I host it. I host the show. It's mine. You can find them online at ilovenakedbrunch.com. You can call them at 1-800-SATISFY. And they're the focus of this episode. We're recording in my car in front-ish of Rattleback Records in Andersonville. I'm joined by Naked Brunch singer Michael Hanna and Rattleback label and store owner Paul Ruffino. We're recording this early on a Saturday morning, and if we were to synchronize watches, I think it would show is essentially time for Naked Brunch.
Hello.
Check watches. Hi, guys.
Hi.
And it is early, so thank you. I mean, the sun's out. I don't need to put lights in the car or anything. We have natural lighting.
Oof, never looked better.
Never looked better. I guess right out of the gate, Michael, tell me how Naked Brunch got to where we are.
Naked Brunch got to where we are. Craigslist. It's all a big shout out. Our true sponsor today.
People still use Craigslist?
Is Craigslist.
Wait, is
I
this
use
true,
Craigslist.
Michael?
I met this band when I moved to Chicago 4 years ago. I was like, I want to start doing music. I want to start doing music in an original way, start writing and not doing, I was in a cover band for a little bit. That was my gateway drug. I got on Craigslist the second I moved here. I found two people that were basically just kind of like jamming in their basement. And I was like, oh, I like this. This is funky. Not what I write usually. But I was like, oh, I can get with this. So I sent them a demo of like what I would sing, what I would write on top of it. They liked it. We met up, and then we started to play together.
It was that easy?
Yeah, actually surprisingly painless. There was a little bit of like a shuffle. There was like one member that wasn't vibing with the slut rock of it all, I will say. He was like, I don't know what to do with this. So he dipped. We found a better guitarist, and then 2 years later, we kind of did another reshuffle as people moved and life changed. And then, 4 years later, here we are. Best emerging band. It feels weird.
Here
cool
we
to
are.
say.
The whole city's vibing with slut rock.
Yes. Good.
Slut rock for the masses.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God.
Let's spread it around. We need evangelizers.
I know, but the most impressive thing from what you just said is I don't think about Craigslist at all anymore.
That's a shame.
Should I be buying records and comic books on Craigslist?
I mean, honestly, that you really, you've given me something to think about.
Right?
Yeah.
You can, speaking of analog, I know we were talking earlier about the need to kind of go back to platforms that really focus on the user and the user having agency. Yeah. Craigslist, I think, still has that to some extent. It's less bought over, there's less ads. Yeah. I don't want to do a whole ad for Craigslist right now, but it is there's some power there and you can really meet people. Cool. It's different for different folks. Obviously, be careful. But
for sure.
Totally.
For sure. But yeah, they defiantly never changed their user experience that like
If it ain't broke,
You know,
still looks
If
like
it ain't broke,
year
if it ain't
broke, don't
2000.
fix it.
Exactly right. Let's talk about sex positivity. That's a part of Naked Brunch. For the layman, for the person who is new to the concept of slut rocking, what is sex positivity?
Sex positivity, I think, is like the idea that sex is imbued in everything that you do, like politics. Everything's political. Everything's also sexual. It doesn't necessarily mean like sex. Some things are just erotic by nature. Some things just make you feel good. So I think for us, slut rock and like the sex positivity aspect of it is very much about pleasure, about like seeking pleasure, that like life is short, and also it's okay to like want to feel good during it, and that's not to ignore what's really going on, but it's also like a commitment to like making your life feel good to you.
Those are good messages.
I think so.
and music's a good way to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Music is the way. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Music is the one thing we can always count on.
totally.
I mean, talk about getting out of your head too. Like
Yeah.
you can try to think your way into happiness. Good luck. Music, go right over.
Well, and that's the best thing about live music too. It's like I know I can check out for a couple hours. I'm not looking at my phone. I know I'm just completely detached from every piece of bullshit in my life.
Yeah.
And I can just lose myself in whatever's on stage. I mentioned 1-800-SATISFY, an easy favorite from at the Humanoid Motel. Maybe not a good one for family brunch, naked brunch. Sure. You have a nice falsetto in that one?
Thank you. That's nice to hear. I never feel like I do. That's like always my like. I'm shy about that.
Well, it's brief. Maybe is that part of the shyness? You didn't want to.
I just never feel confident in it. So I mean, maybe this is my gateway. Maybe you saying
Show
that
some
is-
range?
I might throw in a little bit more in the future. I like doing it. It's fun, but I'm always just like, is this reading? So thank you.
You have a great voice, Michael.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Gas me up.
How often are you writing?
How often are we writing as
Yeah.
a band, as an individual?
As an individual, I suspect you were a busy creative sort.
I am. I'm writing whenever I can. To be honest, I'm in grad school right now. I'm like kind of like running the band as like a manager as well as like the singer, and then so I write when I feel like I get waves of inspiration. Like recently, I've been just like jamming on the guitar, writing a lot of more folksy stuff. But Naked Brunch, I mean, when we're in the room together, like we just kind of end up jamming naturally, and then those are where the songs come
It's
out
just
of.
chemical.
Yeah, and it's the combination. It's the fun thing about the band aspect is that it's like 4 different people with very different tastes in music, all trying to
And you
like.
hear that in the music too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you hear lots of styles and approaches kind of coming together, which is I think what recommends the band.
But it
Yeah.
does come together. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
100%. Paul, when did you become aware of Naked Brunch? So much so that you decided, I'm going to champion them. I'm going to press their music onto vinyl.
Yeah. So Michael came into the shop.
Again, Rattleback Records on Clark Street, and the lovely.
When was this, Michael? Like
I think
3
two years ago.
So it was around record store day time, and Michael came in and he said, "Do you have anyone playing for record store day? We do. I'm in a band called Naked Brunch, and we do slut rock."
Yeah.
There's the elevator pitch. I mean,
Hey.
that's
And I was like, "Yeah, okay. No, we don't have anyone playing, so come on in." And they did, and it was
talk about shooting your shot. That's it.
that was it.
Also talk about like generosity. I feel like I've shot the shot with many people, and most people are like, that's a no. No, thank
That's
you.
a hard no.
Yeah, you heard slut rock, and you were like, yeah, let's go for it.
I mean, as a gay man, it's like that it was a good hook, queer to queer. I was like, you got to support the community. And then I listened to a little bit of your stuff, and I was like, oh, this is funky and fun. And so yeah, it was a no-brainer to me, honestly, to have you come and play. It was nice of you to, and kind of like, it's not easy, right, to put yourself out there like that. I feel like, but Michael's pretty good at that.
I think that's a great point, though, and I've learned this with podcasting. Like, I can do what I do as a podcaster. I can put it on Instagram, whatever. It's hard to like say, I would like you to do X, Y, and Z with this thing I created.
Yeah.
And I think that takes a certain kind of discipline.
Yeah. So Michael, he played in the store, and then Edgewater Music Fest, which relaunched last year as it used to be like a street festival similar to Midsummer Fest here in Andersonville, like a more traditional street festival with the unfortunate name of Edge Fest for a long time.
That's perfect for slut rock.
Yeah.
I will say, like,
yeah, I mean,
like,
really.
Delayed gratification all weekend long.
So they rebranded last year, and they asked me to be a sponsor, which I wanted to do, because it was they were really going to make it more music forward, which I thought was needed and cool in this area. And so they asked for some recommendations for bands to play, and I thought of Naked Brunch right away. And turns out that they did play, and so we've kind of been in contact, sort of loosely on and off, right? And then I said, I've been decrying this idea that like bands don't really release 12-inch records anymore, like proper remix records. Like back in the day, Prince, Madonna, George Michael, it was just a given, And so I approached Michael and I said, there's this idea I have, and he was into it, and we just sort of made it happen. I'm very excited about it. The people that we got to remix, right? Oof. Michael, I mean,
that was my next question. Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, we were just kind of like, okay, we decided that we were going to do it, and then it was like, okay, but who are we going to get? Obviously, like, Chicago is the home of house music. So I'm more on I would say on the rock side of things, music-wise, but I love, I'll hit up a club. I love to dance. You can tell when the music is like really like transcendent too. Yeah. So I feel like I have like a sense of taste, but not really in that scene. So I messaged a couple people. I've got some contacts. I was like, hey, do you know anyone? My friend Molly, who's in a great tribute cover band here, Molly from Too Much Molly. Mm-hmm. I don't want to mispronounce her last name. They're an incredible vocalist, an incredible artist. She was like, oh, I know a couple people. I have a friend, Ralphi. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, can you get me in contact with Ralphi? No idea who this person is. And then, so she sends me Ralphi's email. I sent out an email and I'm like, hey, we got this project I'm working on with Rattleback. Would you be interested in taking a look? The budget is this. And Ralphi responds back and is like, that's very low. It's a very low budget. I'll take a listen because I love Molly. He took a listen. We sent him Kiddie Pool, and he was like, I actually love this. I really like this song. And so he was like, I'm kind of firing right now. And so he was like, I'll do it. And so he just kind of jumped on in a way that is like sort of insane. And talk about, I mean, gay hubris / ignorance. Really, really grateful to have not known what a legend. We're talking about Ralphi Rosario, who is one of the Hot Mix 5 members, just like a founding member of house in Chicago, a huge deal. I came into the store and I was like, Paul, we've got this guy named Ralphi Ruffino. Ralphi Ruffino, that's your name. Yeah, Ralphi Rosario. Yeah. And he was like, what?
My jaw hit the ground. I was like, what? I mean, I grew up in Chicago, so the Hot Mix 5 on WBMX, was a huge thing. Ralphie was one of the founding members of that, original DJs on that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's good, Michael. That's really cool. and so then I talked to Ralphie, sort of fanboyed out in talking with him, and he was like, just calm down, it's all good. And he ended up doing not one but 2 mixes, because he said I really like the song. He's like, I hear things all the time. People are showing me or turning me on to things all the time, and it doesn't always hit me.
I'm sure it's not a lot of rock stuff either that he's hearing. So this probably was just a
and
shock to the system.
And what he did with it, right? It's really cool. Really cool.
And so different. I mean, it's such a gift to hear a song that you've written. I mean, I'm the lyricist in the band, and so then to hear the melody and the lyrics just kind of transformed into something that is just Frankenstein into something completely new.
Yeah.
I bet that's super
what
cool.
What a surreal gift. And then to see it done so well. I mean, incredible.
And then one of my staff members and a friend, Emma Blau, who is a jazz trombonist, and an incredible musician and also a DJ. She's just, I can't say enough good things about her. She plays, her jazz group is called Tromblau. And so we asked her to do another remix of Humanoid. Very different vibe than what Ralphie did, right? But also really, really cool. So yeah, we wanted to just do that, a traditional dance. I was picturing a bunch of shirtless gay men dancing, in a club somewhere, to these remixes because it's
You're manifesting.
You kind of. I'm hoping, because it's a fun. It's like again, we were talking about music and how it brings joy and how it's sensual and sexual and all of that, and we need some like happy, fun, dancey times nowadays.
Well, and on the other end of that too, you've got Emma's remix. We've got the Tromblau remix, which is Humanoid, which is a much more dystopian song, and she really leaned into that. It's like it's like unsettling and groovy and dystopic. Like it just feels like what the song is about. And so there's also like that element of just like, we are like grooving through our burnout. We are grooving through, it's been the end of the world for a long time now. But it sometimes feels recently that we're particularly close.
But we're still here.
So
we're still grooving.
You got to dance while you can.
That's right.
You might say we're edging towards the apocalypse.
Oh, come on now.
Save it for Edgewater Fest, all right?
Speaking of putting out this record, the challenges, the economics of being an indie label in the present day. I mean, it's the industry in general has been the Wild West for quite some time now, but it seems like a courageous risk to go in with a label.
Yeah, my husband would agree. It's not about getting rich or making money. It's about there's a lot of really great music happening in Chicago, and trying to like promote the things that I think are worthy of being promoted in that way. And we're not planning on being Atlantic Records or Def Jam or anything like that. We just are going to be a little boutique label that releases some stuff from time to time and promotes it in however we can, and hope that people find it and buy it and play it and like it.
This is one of the reasons why I knew I was going to like you. Very like-minded. Let's be clear, I'm not getting rich doing local anesthetic on Sunday nights and for the hours I'm putting into that show, but I'm doing it for the same reasons. Mm-hmm. Like I've always been in and around Chicago music, and I want to find more ways to explore it and share it.
Yeah.
It's curation.
It is.
Well, and that's also the difference between, I think, like a larger record, which is, not to really... there's a difference between exploration and exploitation, and I think a lot of record companies right now are looking to like find something they can make money off of.
Well, it's always been the case,
and that's great. That's great. I mean, yeah, it's like it's great to make money, it's great to pay your bills, but yeah, it's also a beautiful thing to be like, I'm in it to like explore, curate, and like really champion, which I think is what you've done, Paul, with this record.
It's a labor of love side hustle.
Yeah, and that's what also a lot of musicians are doing right now in this city. It's like God knows we're not getting rich off of this either, and we're busting our asses like going to rehearsals every week, like
artists
making
in general, right?
Wait, the Chicago Reader stuff didn't add an extra digit to what you command for a live performance?
Absolutely. You take 0 and then you add a 0, subtract the 0. Yeah.
It is. It's like artists in general have a hard time, making it, doing what they love, doing what is their passion, and really making, a living at that. Most of them can't, right? Most of them have other gigs, side gigs, or main gigs, and that's their side gig. And
those gigs are gigs that they take knowing that the gigs will allow them to disappear for weeks at a time to go on the road.
Right, which is,
which is not stable.
Exactly, and not always something that many places will...
Exactly.
Will allow. So, yeah.
Going back to the topic of physical media and Rattleback, you just launched a zine?
We did. We did, yeah.
I love the idea of bringing zines back. I don't want to read blogs anymore. I'm past that. I want the physical.
We're having so much
artistically fun. Constructed.
It's really fun, and I got to tell you, we actually have typed. We have a typewriter that we've typed like
an actual typewriter.
Plenty
of antique stores in the area if you need another one.
And it was this idea of wanting to have something physical. To write some things. We have also part of the idea was to make it a little special, like the packaging, as you see, right?
It's gorgeous.
Each issue is going to come with some form of physical media, and the first issue of RPM, which is the name of the zine, came with a flexi-disc, 2 songs by a local punk band called Tough Suds, who are super fun and super great. And we designed the everything about it is done in-house at Rattleback. It comes with a little limited edition sticker, a little button.
This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely.
It's really fun. And
Lovely.
There's some games in there. There's an interview with Tough Suds. There's a lot of really fun things.
I couldn't love this anymore.
Thank you. We're very proud of it. And issue 2, which was our Pride issue, is out as well. That's the first issue that you're holding. Issue 2 is our Pride issue. We're very proud of that. We've got a nice issue coming out in August, which is going to be the CD issue. Give CDs some love. We're having a blast, and people are reaching out. Actually, in what's funny is I've had people call, or email, or actually call, and say, hey, we're releasing a record on Warp Records, a pretty cool label, and there's a band called Fire Tools, and we're wondering if you'd want to interview them for the zine. And I was like, what?
Interviews, that's great.
I know, but it was like, so I'm like, how did you find out about this? They did, and so yeah, we're going to do more of it. And it's
2026. You're putting out a zine. I'm on the radio.
Totally. We're putting out records.
Yeah, baby.
Michael's doing a 12-inch.
I love it. It's 1992.
Kind of.
This is great.
Everything good circles back around,
Always.
Like
always. Just wait. Just be patient.
The good stuff will find its way back.
It does.
All right. So what's the next thing for Naked Brunch? Shows, releases. I mean, you're still writing this 12-inch, which is very recent.
Yeah. I mean, so what's up next? We're playing Merchant Street Music Fest today. We're gonna go
so it'll be
drive
too
out
late
to
by
Kankakee.
the time people see it.
Yeah, they're not going to hear it. But the people of Kankakee will, and we're excited about that. We're playing Edgewater Music Fest, which actually we haven't announced yet, technically.
When do you announce?
That's a great question. I've been trying to get them to tell me, but we are confirmed. Look for that announcement, or cut this out of the show.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Okay,
great.
People have given up by the 20-minute mark.
We're not under any sort
Fantastic.
of we're not under an NDA,
Yeah. What else? And we're working on creating a new record, creating new singles, and kind of building the next iteration of Naked Brunch. We've had a big overhaul with members. We've added 2 new members. 2 years ago, we swapped. We have a new bassist and a new guitarist, and now we have a keyboard, keys, synth player, as well as an extra guitarist. So we're just excited about what the new iteration of sound that is going to come out of us. It's already changed so much recently, so I think when we get down into that recording studio, it's going to really shift the way slut rock exists.
Get out there and see them live, though, if you can, because we did a release show for the 12-inch at G-Man Tavern, and it's just so much fun. It's fun. You'll dance. You'll feel good. The live shows that they put on, and that Michael is a real showman, a great frontman for that band. And of course, check out their music, through all the different ways you can, including coming to Rattleback and picking up a copy of the 12-inch if you want.
And the art is beautiful on that vinyl.
It really is.
It's a stunning 2 illustrations. So it's also great to put on your mantelpiece.
I love the band, and I love the commitment to showing people a good time.
Yeah, I mean, and also getting a good time myself. Frankly, it's selfishly, I'm having a great time up here.
And
I
that's
hope you
why
guys
you
are
show
coming
us,
along for the
Michael,
ride.
but it shows. It shows that you're really enjoying yourself.
I'm preaching. I'm walking the walk of slut rock. So,
Can we talk about the store for a second?
Sure.
My perception of Rattleback, it's one of my favorite record stores in town, and that's not a light compliment because there are 500 record stores in Chicago at this point.
Which is great.
My perception of Rattleback has always been that the prices are very reasonable. Am I imagining that? And if I'm not, how do you do that?
No, thank you. Buying and selling used music, right, it's not a science, but there's, some finesse to it, and figuring out how to price things and how much to sell things for. But thank you for sharing that, or saying that. People have said that to us before, and because
I know the margins have to be getting slimmer and slimmer with distributors.
They for sure are with new stuff, for sure. Used stuff we have a little more leeway, but I always say we're not a museum. We want to, we are a small-ish store. We don't have a lot of shelf space. I don't have the luxury of letting stuff sit around because I want to try to milk an extra $5 to $10 out of it. It's got to go.
That makes sense, and I love shopping here. And we're here early on a Saturday. By noon or so, it'll be tight.
The neighborhood is popping, which is great. I live in Edgewater, and so I knew when I opened the shop, I wanted it to be in this area.
Yeah.
There wasn't a record store here at the time, and I grew up in Chicago, and I believe every neighborhood should have like an independent record shop,
Absolutely.
an independent bookstore. So there wasn't an independent record shop here, and that's why we chose this neighborhood, and I'm so glad we did. It's been the people here are fiercely supportive of entrepreneurship and independent businesses, which has been great. And we get packed. It's a fun time. We're having a lot of fun. I will say it's my happy space.
It also feels like a third space in the community. Like you put on a lot of beautiful free performances, signings, like just events. Like you're very focused on like bringing people together to like connect over
that's the
what they
secret,
love
isn't
about
it?
the
Thanks,
scene.
Michael.
Community.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yeah, it
Yeah, that
does
is
feel like a third
100%.
space. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. We really
Well, guys,
shoot for that.
thank you for doing this. I'm a fan of everything you're doing, from the record store, the zines, and all that, to the band. What a great time this was. I
Yeah.
appreciate you jumping in my car.
Thanks for
Amazing.
having us.
Jumping in the
Anytime.
car with a stranger.
Anytime.
Anytime.
A colossal monster tearing through the streets. A city in ruins. Nowhere to hide. Until he finds a way out behind the wheel of the all-electric Toyota CHR. Instant torque, getaway handling, and immeasurable wow factor. John Cho stars in Escape. Experience the thrill. Test drive Toyota's new all-electric family at your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.